Hey there everybody, this is Lee with Creative2xmom, and this video is going to be July and August homeschool favorites. So it's the middle of August. We start school in, let's see, I'm filming this on the 16th. We start school in like 6 days. And I'm wondering where the summer really went. We had a lot of adventures, we did a lot of fun stuff, and yet it feels like I still have so many plans and so many things that we want to do. We do not school year round, but over the summer I find that on those hot days that we're trapped indoors, there's a lot of activities that we do that it could actually be applied to homeschool and are still learning in different ways. So I wanted to share with you a few of the things that we did over the summer that I felt like we really were able to learn from and were some of our favorite things. So the first one is this game called IQ Fit. And you can get these at a lot of toy stores and different places around town. We actually purchased this at Target. It was a Christmas gift a couple of years ago. Pretty inexpensive, about $10. And we just took this in on our trip to Hawaii. I think it was Noah that had this in his backpack. And they have lots of different variations of this. This is the basic one. And it comes in just a little case, and inside of the booklet, it gives you the start of the pattern. And you can go from, there's all different kinds of levels, easy, junior, expert, wizard, and it gives you the start of the pattern. So you take the pieces and you put them in the start configuration, and then you have to figure out how the rest of the pieces fit in. And so there's all kinds of different designs that you can create, and when you're done, it has to lay flat like this. So it's really a logic game. It's really a game of like spatial awareness, very mathematical in my opinion, and easy, compact, easy to travel with. Like I said, we put this in a backpack and it was an airplane toy, hotel toy, very easy to travel with, and very much so worth the money, I think. For $10 to have something that there's so many different levels and so many different combinations of patterns that you can create, it just kind of keeps growing with your child. Another one of the things that we used this summer, and I talked about this in the weekly vlog that I put up in July, and it's called Walk in the Woods, and it's a cooperative board game. We don't have a lot of cooperative board games. This is something that's pretty new to me. I know it's not new to the gaming world, but as far as our family, it's new to us. And this is for ages, let's see, it says players 1 to 8, ages 5 to 7. So my kindergartner was really into this, and even my 4th grader and my older kids. And so you go through and you turn over cards, and some of them are just like apples, nuts, grapes. You're trying to collect 3 of those cards, but you could also turn over hazards. Like one of them was poison ivy, and it tells you, okay, if you turn over a hazard, you can't turn over any other cards in that area until you find a solution. And so you're working together to find solutions to the problems while you're each also looking for your own 3 resources. I would say they're resources. They're fruits, vegetables, nuts, that sort of thing. So it's a cooperative game. If you can solve all the problems and help everybody in your group get their resources before you run out of cards, then you win. If you get stuck solving a problem, you could potentially lose. And we have lost and we have won in this game. It's a fun one to learn, to just teach working together. And I never really understood the idea of cooperative games until I started to see it work out in my kids, and it made them be on each other's team. So I'm kind of excited about this one. It's something that we all enjoy doing together, even down to my little guy. Another game that we were doing this summer was called Camp, and I'll see if I can link this one down below. My mom actually found this in Disney's California Adventures, and you can get increased packs. So if you finished all the cards with this, you can get the next set of cards. And it's all games about the outdoors, about camping, about hiking, fishing, animals, all kinds of games about habitats and the wilderness, and there's 4 different levels of play for each pack of cards, so you can increase it. We played the other day and my little guy worked on level 1. My daughter and I worked on level 2, I believe, and we were still able to all play at the same time, even though we were playing on different levels. And so I feel like this is super well worth the money. It's a little bit more expensive, but because you can grow with the levels plus get other card packs, definitely well worth it. I will try to find this one and link it down below. The next 2 items that I have are books that we enjoyed learning from over the summer, and the first one is The Indian in the Cupboard. This was our read aloud for the month of July. My daughter has read it. She's in 5th grade, and she really enjoyed it. This was this one of your reward books for the summer program?
Yeah.
Was one of her reward books for the reading program, but my 7th grader had never read it. So when we did it as a read aloud, he actually really got into it. I believe that there is several more in the series, and he's asking for us to do some more read alouds in this group. So for me, if that is something that interests all 3 of my kids, because there's kind of an age span there, especially my older kids, then well worth it to me. We really enjoyed that one. And the last one is a book called Maui Trailblazer. We just got back from a trip to Maui, oh gosh, less than a week ago. And this is something that I picked up from the library before we left. And I didn't really realize how awesome it was going to be when I put it on hold, but it is amazing. It breaks down the island by all the different regions, and then it breaks down that by different trails you can take. It tells you if they're good for hiking, if the beaches are good for surfing, if they're good for snorkeling. It tells you about all the dangers. It goes into very specific detail about, you know, exactly where the trail markers are, how far to hike, what equipment you should take. This is an amazing, amazing resource. There's one section entirely devoted to activities to do with your kids. So this for us was a huge resource when we were planning our trip, and even while we were there, we had a couple days we were like, what are we going to do? And use this as a resource to plan our activities while we were there. I cannot recommend this highly enough. It's by Jerry and Janine Sprout. Very, very good book. I will try to link that one down below. So that is our homeschool favorites for the months of July and August, and now we're into the school year. So it's time to start school, and I'm sure we'll have more of these videos coming up. If you have any great homeschool favorites or resources, leave me a comment down below and let me know. You guys really do help me out with all those comments. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.